From 14 News, this is Touchdown Live in the Huddle, sponsored by your Tri-State Ford dealers. There's more in store. Stop by today.
Welcome in for another episode of Touchdown Live in the Huddle. We're getting down to it, folks. It's the final week of the regular season here in Indiana. And just me this week, Aaron already in Union County for their game tonight against Hancock County. So the exciting part is we'll have highlights tonight on 14 News at 10 from that game. The downside is no Aaron tonight. It makes you sad. It makes me sad, I know. But hey, the show must go on. And for this show, we've got Player of the Week. We talk Game of the Week, with Mitch. Plenty to do. So let's start off with Player of the Week. All right, we get going there and dial the clock back a little bit to Week 7. Aaron Hancock spoke with Jet Goldsberry, our Week 7 Player of the Week. Aaron, take it away.
Yes, we're here with our Week 7 Player of the Week, Jet Goldsberry, quarterback from Heritage Hills. Jet, congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, and well, first of all, without further ado, we will hand you this beautiful Touchdown Live Player of the Week football.
Thank you.
Obviously, 142 yards on the ground, 99 yards through the air, 5 total touchdowns. What was working against Mount Vernon?
Our lineup up front was pushing real good, and our running backs blocking, and obviously our wide receivers catching on some of those routes, and all the receivers were working hard, the linemen were working hard, and the running backs were blocking and running it too. So it wasn't just me, but I give credit to my team and my coaches. We come out here and we work hard all week, and I'm just blessed to have what I have right now.
Definitely. I mean, I think that was only on 5 carries too. So you were really efficient with your carries. Yeah,
our line have been blocking really good with my runs all year. Really proud of our line. They work hard every week and they come out and play and they show, and they don't get all the credit, obviously. So I want to give them the credit for that, and they've been working hard. But yeah, me and the running backs like Hunter and Alex, we've been running the ball really well because of them.
Definitely. And for you, your passing has really evolved over the last couple of years. Obviously, you have some great weapons out there to throw to, but just watching you grow and mature, you can really see how well you're throwing the ball these days.
Yeah, coach has been telling me to throw the shorter routes more often, just read the defense better. Coach Messmer, Coach Wilkerson have really showed me what to read more. Last year and the year before, I was kind of just throwing it around to, my main guys. But this year, I have so many weapons like Peyton Gray, Dalton Pledger, Tyler Ruxer, Hunter Meredith, Alex, even Anderson Smith at tight end, Trey Willard sometimes. So really proud of all the guys. They do really good catching the ball for me, and the line especially giving me the blocks and giving me the time to throw that and read the defense as well. So overall, yeah, I've gotten better, but so has the team at just passing overall.
Perfect, Jet. Appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congrats once again.
Thank you.
All right, once again, our 14 News Touchdown Live Player of the Week, Jet Goldsberry, for Week 7. Back to the studio.
All right, thanks, Aaron. Now, before we move on to find out who is our Player of the Week for this week, let's run through the nominees one more time.
From 14 News, this is Touchdown Live, Player of the Week, sponsored by your Tri-State Ford dealers. There's more in store. Stop by today.
We start with nominee number 1 for the week, Max Fort Wendell. He carried the ball 23 times for 320 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. He threw for 72 yards and tacked on a passing touchdown. Fort Wendell broke Tell City's rushing yards record that was set by Noah Terry just a few weeks ago. Our second nominee, we go to Southridge for Justin Leathers. A big-time showdown between the Raiders and the Vikings in North Posey. And the Raider quarterback delivered with a 5-touchdown performance. He carried the ball 28 times for 177 yards and notched 4 touchdowns on the ground. And then in the air, he added on a passing touchdown for 28 yards. Southridge gets a big-time W. Up next, our third nominee, Luke Dockery. The Memorial wide receiver had 9 catches for 163 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in the receiving game as well. Finally, we got to bring back an entire defense to the nominee list. Last time it was Heritage Hills, this time the Wrights Panthers defensive unit. First off, they shut out the Bossy Bulldogs 35-0, 2 interceptions, and 2 fumble recoveries. And then get this, the Wrights defense posted 15 sacks in the game, accounting for 60 yards lost. So quite a packed list this week. Now for the moment of truth. Who was voted the Player of the Week for Week 8? Well, the votes are in, and Max Fort Wendell of Tell City, the quarterback, is our Week 8 Player of the Week. Again, 23 carries for 320 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 72 yards in the passing game, and a passing touchdown as well. What a day for Max Fort Wendell. We'll hear from him on next week's episode of In the Huddle. Now, you can vote all week long next week. Voting opens on Monday at 6:30, closes Thursday at 6:30, so you got plenty of time to vote. All you got to do is head to the 14 Sports app. We've got directions on the screen now on how to download it. And once there, find the Player of the Week tab, select the heart button under the player that you'd like to vote for. Voting runs again until Thursday at 6:30. Now, coming up on In the Huddle, it's time for Tri-State Insider. Mitch and I talk Game of the Week. Then later, we'll chat with both head coaches of our Game of the Week squads. Welcome back to In the Huddle. If you're one of our returning viewers, you already know what time it is. I'm joined by our Tri-State football insider, Mr. Mitch Carter. Welcome to the show.
Max, thank you for having me. As always, let's get into this thing. Let's do it.
Let's do it. If you're new here, though, this is where we break down our Touchdown Live Game of the Week. We'll talk biggest plays, who to watch out for, and, of course, big one this week. We'll finish up with Carter's call where he picks who's coming out on top.
Jasper pulled it out last week, baby. 2 losses on the year. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. I'm not perfect, but I'm as close as you can get as a regular guy. Come on. Looking forward to the big one on Friday, though.
Big time test on Friday. We're looking forward to it, too. We've been talking about it. The first game of the season. We're bringing you at home on your couch.
Let's go, baby.
It's Memorial and Castle in a throwback style game with different jerseys. Yeah, and I'll be live doing commentary too. We'll have our own pregame show, all that good stuff. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, one for the ages, man. All of it taking place, of course, at historic Bosse Field. Forget baseball. We're talking foosball, baby. Let's get right into it here, right? Coach Doug Hurt and his Knights looking to continue their dominant win streak in the SIAC. Of course, talking about winning streaks, Coach John Hurley and his Tigers looking to polish off an undefeated season and finish off atop the SIAC.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yes,
so,
sir.
Mitch, 2 quality programs going head-to-head. Tell me what to expect.
Well, let's start off with our home team on Friday night, right? Let's start off with Evansville Memorial, right? 2 very similar teams here, really only set apart in how their offenses seem to have operated this season, right? Going purely off stats, Memorial having a lot of success through the air this season. Quarterback Matthew Fisher at the helm, averaging well over 200 passing yards a game. They've been hanging points on opposing teams all season long. Least amount of points scored this entire season, 35. Take that over come Friday night. They put up points.
Yeah, and he's complemented well by Dylan Kendrick in the backfield and the always lethal receiving core led by Luke Elsperman. They're a force on offense.
Yes.
But let's talk about defense for a second here as well. Disciplined team led by guys like Alex Broshears, Connor O'Donohue, and Liam Bryant, only allowing 88 points on the year. The most they've given up in a single matchup, 22. They'll make you earn it on Friday night.
Absolutely, they will.
Yeah, so we're certainly looking forward to seeing Coach Hurley lead his young men on Friday. But what about Castle?
What about them, babe? Let's talk Knights, right? Only dropping 1 earlier this year to Mater Dei. They've gotten hot and stayed hot pretty much all season long. Of course, Coach Doug Hurt has got his offense firing, relying heavily, of course, on that ground game as opposed to Memorial. Their main man, we've talked about him a lot. You know him, you'll have a big number 33. That's Max McCool ripping his way for a touchdown there. You've seen him a lot, right? The senior number 33, well over the 100 carry and 1,000-yard mark on the season, on the ground this season. Don't want to disrespect him at all. He can put up some numbers. Over 130 yards per game, 8 yards per carry. Pair that with 18 touchdowns. They are no stranger to wearing out a defense.
Yeah, and don't be fooled by the strong run game, though. They'll air it out, too. Junior Bowden Morgan under center. He's commanded that offense well. Just under 1,000 passing yards, 13 touchdowns on the season. No picks.
Mr.
That's
Perfect.
what they like with that Tampa 2 defense. Pair that with a no turnover offense. Smart with the ball and featuring targets like Carter Bobe. They can certainly take the top off, too. Yeah. Let's quit beating around the bush here, though, Mitch. Let's talk the night defense.
Let's do it, baby. Our 2 big names in that front 7. Gavin Leach at linebacker. Of course, Big Benny Patterson on the D-line have given headaches to OCs all season long. Of course, complemented well by other guys like Trey Ward and Kobe Pullum. Similar to Memorial, you're going to have to earn it to score on this Castle defense. They're not giving up anything easy.
Yeah, so a very strong offense versus a very strong defense. Let's get to brass tacks, Mitch. Huge game for both sides. Memorial trying to hold regular season and the SIAC title. Castle trying to play spoiler and sneak the conference title for themselves. I was talking to John Hurley yesterday.
Yeah.
With a Castle win, it's a 3-way tie, assuming Mater Dei wins as well. Or Memorial could just take it outright.
I can't imagine Memorial wants to split. I think they just want to go ahead and win it for themselves. Of
Yep.
course, we've talked turkey about both these squads, right? I won't waste anyone's time at home. On Friday night at historic Bosse Field, Memorial has senior night, I believe.
Yes.
They're the home team. Half the field is dirt. Give me Memorial. Dream season continues with them setting up for what could be a deep postseason run. I won't hear any ifs, ands, or buts about it. Final answer, give me those Tigers on Friday night.
All right, well, we've gotten the breakdown from Mitch, so now let's turn to the coaches. Starting off with Memorial, we had the chance to check in with them as they were testing out the transformed Bosse Field on Wednesday evening. Head coach John Hurley is well aware of the talent on this team, on the Castle team, I should say, anchored by 2 soon-to-be Division I players on defense, that they have helped build this team to the beast that it is right now.
Castle's really improved over the last several weeks, and defensively, I mean, they fly around. Offensively, they got a couple different guys playing up front, and Max Bakul, I mean, he's leading the conference. It's not really even close as far as rushing. We've got to be more effective in controlling the line of scrimmage, and they've got some guys up there. I mean, they've got some dogs on defense. There's no question about it. It'll be a nice challenge for our guys.
Now, of course, for Castle, their defense has to face one of the top quarterbacks in the area, Matthew Fisher. An opportunity to dethrone the Tigers, and at a historic setting, that's quite the chance.
I mean, it's exciting. Playing on a baseball field is something I've never done before, so it's definitely going to add an extra enthusiasm to the game, and I think everyone's going to come out here and have a little bit more going for it, especially with the stakes on the line of the title.
You know, it should be a great environment, get a chance to play on a baseball field. I think I heard Gavin say it earlier. I've never done that before, so that should be pretty exciting, and, you know, a lot of people should come out to that, so definitely want to try and play a good game.
Of course, there will be stunning views at the game itself. Take a look at this. But if you can't make it out, don't worry. We've got the game right here on 14 News. How do you watch it? Well, we've got a 6:30 pregame show that will be on this channel. And then 14 News MeTV, 14.2, will have the game with its kickoff at 7 o'clock. Then right back here on our NBC main channel, we'll have the full game at 7:30. If that was at all confusing as it was to me in my head, don't worry about it. You can just go to 14news.com, learn everything you need to know about how to watch this game. Now, coming up on In the Huddle, before we head out, we run through more exciting games on the docket in a packed Week 9. Plus, Mitch Carter's not going anywhere. He pops right back in studio to go over some of the top plays from Week 8.
Relive the biggest moments from Friday night's high school football games with Touchdown Live Turf Talk. We show you the top 5 plays of the week and break down who's going head-to-head in this week's biggest matchups. Touchdown Live Turf Talk, streaming every Tuesday on your favorite 14 News streaming device.
Welcome back in for this week's rendition of our Plays of the Week. The only place you can come watch me get paid to draw. Let's get rolling right away here. Got a nice little slate for you guys. First, heading up to Knox County for a battle in the SIAC. The 7-0 Memorial Tigers were up at Vincennes taking on Lincoln. A win tonight would guarantee Memorial at least a share of that conference title. The Owls is coming at 3-4, looking to play spoiler. Let's roll it here. Late in the first half, Matthew Fisher finds Luke Dockery. Makes the guy miss. Stop this coming up right here. Check him out. All right. What I want to highlight right here is a heck of a teammate in number 15, Max Anslinger here. You can see he's already making some contact right there, right? I'll clear this out and watch this, right? This is what in my mind separates your wheat from your chaff, right? Your good players from your great. Everybody wants to catch touchdowns, wink at chicks, whatever. If you're really about it though, you get pumped up to spring your boy for a TD. Check this out. Roll it right here. He wards off a defender. He is catching bodies the whole way down. There he goes, springing his boy for the touchdown. Dockery would take it 83 yards to the end zone for a touchdown. That should be a stat for Anslinger as well. Put Memorial on top by 21. And 3A number 1 Evans Memorial stays unbeaten and beats Vincennes Lincoln 35-12. A team playing like that, all in for each other, is a tough customer on Friday nights. Now, let's head to Fort Branch, right? Fort Branch, where Gift Southern's hosting Mount Vernon in a PAC Big School Division battle. Titans come in at 5-2. Wildcats 4-3. Roll it. 38-20 in the third quarter. Titan defense is locked in here. Takes the snap, trying to do a little sweep right there. Stop right there. Check it out, right? Titans defense is locked in, picking up the fumble Ruski right there, right? It gets kind of a funky little snap, but plays like that when they're already playing in the backfield. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Titans back there already. My goodness, making it too easy, right? So let me clear this out and I'll explain something to you. A concept I learned called a city ball versus a country ball, right? When a ball's in the ground in a fumble, right, you think like a city, right? It's tight, there's people everywhere and all that. It's a city ball, there's guys everywhere, you just want to fall on and protect it, right? A country ball, you got all kinds of open space, right? This is a great example of a country ball. The closest Mount Vernon guys right here, not close enough. Clear it out and roll it. Defense picks up the ball, country ball, scoop and score, baby. 25 takes it back to the house. Easy peasy. Touchdown Gibson Southern, who will go on to win in a dominant fashion on Friday night. Now, for our last one here, heading up near Petersburg, we'll stop at Pike Central. 3-4 Chargers hosting 4-3 Forest Park. A little small school, small town battle right here. Roll it. Chargers on offense now. Matthew Meadows drops back, looking for Cameron Clements, but stop right there. Ball's overthrown here, a little bit of the pitch and catch. But brother, you are not Odell Beckham Jr. Hate to break it to you. 2 hands on the ball or we got issues. I'm clearing out. You know what's coming. Roll the tape. It's tipped and it's caught by Forest Park. There he is. Cade Bayer with the pick. Ball belonging to the Rangers. Easy little return. This one was a slugfest back and forth. Forest Park, though, comes out on top 28-21. Plays like that make all the difference in the world. Big time momentum shifters right there. Nice win for the Rangers and nice wins for all of our teams across the tri-state there. That's going to do it for us here on Plays of the Week, but join us again next week for more.
Awesome. Thank you, Mitch. Now, before we leave, let's run through some more of the Week 9 slate. We've talked about our big throwback game, but plenty more, starting with this one. Wrights at Mater Dei, 6:30. That is always a big matchup to end the year. Don't want to miss that one. Bosse at Harrison as well, kicking off at 6:30. One more SIAC game, North at Central, another 6:30 kick. Then we've got Gibson Southern at Boonville, another 6:30 kick. Surprise, one more for you here, Southridge at Forest Park. Yes, 6:30. Then Tell City at South Spencer moves into our 7 o'clock kicks. Over to Kentucky, 2 more 7 p.m. kickoffs. Davis County at Henderson County and Owensboro at Muhlenberg County. Red Devils against Mustangs. We've also got McLean County at Webster County. And then over in Illinois, Edwards County at CZR. Well, thank you all so much for watching this week of Touchdown Live in the Huddle, our pregame show. We hope you enjoyed our in-depth look at some of the best football teams across the tri-state. We'll be back only a couple more now, though, at this point in the season. But we will be back next Thursday night at 7 o'clock to preview teams around the area. This would not have been possible without our entire production crew and marketing team. So thank you guys for all the work you put in to make this happen. And, of course, thank you for watching. For all highlights of your favorite games, be sure to join us back here for our Touchdown Live show every Friday night. That's tomorrow on our 14 Sports app at 10:45. Then, of course, we'll have our express version on 14 News at 10. We'll see you there.